Hi, I'm the registered dietitian from your CHA weight loss team, and I'm here to help you understand what you can eat and drink after weight loss surgery with us. The first few days and weeks after surgery are a critical time as your body starts to recover and adjust. The primary goal is to let your body heal while still meeting your basic nutritional requirements. Here's what to expect during your recovery period. Your stomach will be a lot smaller, and you'll need time to recover from surgery and adjust to your new eating habits. The first step begins 2 hours after your surgery's over. You can start taking sips of plain water, about 1 ounce at a time in a small medicine cup. As the day goes on, you'll continue sipping fluids, 1 ounce an hour. Then for dinner, you'll get some other clear liquids like broth and decaf tea. You can pour the broth or tea into the 1 ounce medicine cup and continue with small sips, 1 ounce an hour. Then, the day after surgery, things might change depending on whether you had a gastric bypass or gastric sleeve. If you had gastric bypass on the day after surgery, you'll advance to stage 1 of the bariatric clear liquid diet. You can increase your fluid intake to 1 ounce of fluids every 15 minutes to a maximum of 4 ounces an hour. For people who had the gastric sleeve, you'll stay on the stage 1 clear liquid diet like the night before. If you tolerate this okay, you can move to the stage 2 diet that day. Your surgery team will check during the day to make sure you are tolerating the fluids. If you have no nausea or vomiting, you'll be ready to advance to the next diet stage. And most people who have the gastric sleeve operation will go home later that day, if it's okay with your surgeon. The following day, which is day 2 after surgery, you'll be on a modified full liquid diet. You can choose 1 ounce of Ensure protein shake, Greek yogurt, or sugar-free Jell-O for meals. You'll need to eat an ounce every 15 minutes or 4 ounces an hour. Please use the checklist to keep track of how many medicine cups you finish an hour. You should also have water available throughout the day. If you had gastric bypass, you'll advance to the stage 2 modified liquid diet the second day after surgery. And most people who have gastric bypass go home on day 2 if your surgeon says it's okay. Whether you had a gastric bypass or sleeve, when you get home, you'll be on a modified full liquid diet the whole first week. During this time, you slowly increase your fluid intake with protein, water, and broth. You should also start multivitamins or calcium as directed by your dietitian. The goal at this time is to slowly increase your fluid intake. The first hour, have 1 ounce of protein drink every 15 minutes. The next hour, it's 1 ounce of water or clear liquid. Alternate back and forth throughout the day. As you slowly increase your fluid intake, you can start trying some other foods like low or non-fat Greek yogurt, low-fat cottage cheese, unsweetened applesauce, and sugar-free pudding or Jell-O. Then, in week 2, you'll start a puree diet. Here you get to eat about 2 ounces of pureed food at a time, 4 to 6 times a day. A meal every 2 to 3 hours. And remember that 2 ounces equals 4 tablespoons of food, and 3 ounces equals 6 tablespoons. On the puree diet, you continue drinking lots of fluids between meals, about 64 ounces of fluid a day, and avoid eating and drinking at the same time. When you get to week 3, you continue the puree diet. Try to eat 3 ounces of food at a time, 4 to 6 times a day. This is about 6 tablespoons of food. And continue trying to drink about 64 ounces of fluid a day. As you move to week 4, you continue the puree diet. But you can also start adding in some soft foods, 4 ounces or a half cup, 4 to 6 times a day. Continue to drink about 64 ounces of fluids a day in between meals. And you should have a nutrition visit this week, either a group class or one-on-one session. Here's an example of a diet schedule for week 4. As you can see, it's small meals, 4 to 6 times a day. And it includes things like scrambled eggs, cottage cheese, yogurt, and regular foods that you put in a blender to mash up. I know that's a lot to think about, and you'll get a packet with all the steps to follow. But here are some of the most important things you can do to keep you on schedule and also keep you more comfortable as you recover. Like I mentioned earlier, you need to focus on drinking plenty of fluids so you stay hydrated. But remember to take small sips rather than large gulps. Don't eat and drink at the same time. Don't drink any liquids 30 minutes before eating, during your meal, and for 30 minutes after you finish. It's important to take your multivitamins or supplements every day. This will prevent serious nutritional deficiencies. Lots of people have protein supplement drinks in between meals to help meet your protein goal of 60 to 80 grams a day. Remember to follow your diet schedule. Some people set alarms on their phones to remind them when to eat, drink, or take their medicines. Lastly, there are certain foods and drinks you should definitely stay away from during your recovery. This is because your body can't handle these foods after surgery. These include drinks with alcohol, including beer and wine, carbonated drinks like soda or seltzers, other sweetened drinks, drinks with caffeine like coffee and caffeinated tea, as well as bread, rice, pasta, candy, and greasy or fried foods. Although weight loss surgery is considered very safe, there are always some risks and also some common side effects that people experience during recovery. For example, lots of people get constipated after surgery. You need to make sure you're drinking enough water. You can also try baby food prunes or smooth move tea. You may also get stool softener medicine like Colace. Talk to your team if this isn't working for you. Lastly, you can start introducing high-fiber foods into your pureed diet, like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Nausea is another common issue after surgery. This makes sense considering that you just had surgery on your stomach. One thing that can help with an upset stomach is ginger tea. You can get ginger tea bags from your local grocery store. There are lots of other things you can do to prepare for life after surgery. Make sure you have a blender or food processor, a food scale, and different size measuring cups. Get some different flavors of protein drinks or protein powder. Get some different kinds of spices. And some soft, healthy foods like yogurt, hummus, applesauce, or baby food. And check your surgery packet for more information and tips. Lastly, remember that we're here for you. Please let us know if you have any questions or concerns throughout the process. And as always, thank you for choosing Cambridge Health Alliance for your care.